What's up YouTube, 915 Mag here, doing a video on my tank. As you can recognize my title, my tank shows that my tank has been hit super hard, really hard by a fish disease called Brooklynella. Brooklynella is when the water quality is really bad, when you're getting a fish, I guess the ammonia or whatever in it uh, will wreak havoc to your tank. I guess some of that water spilled into my display tank when I bought my yellow tang, and pretty much all my fish have died except the blue hippo tang and the yellow tang that I have right there. I haven't added any other fish. It's been a while. All my fish died back in beginning of October. I got the yellow tang in September, and the first fish to die was the purple dottyback. A couple days later, the flame angel. A couple days later, both my clownfish. And then finally, the last person to die was the yellow tang. The yellow tang we're looking at looks pretty good. It wasn't the case back then. I almost pulled him out and flushed him down the toilet, but I was like, well, all my other fish are dying. I'll go ahead and give this guy a chance. So he's doing good. The blue hippo tang looks alright. The back of his fin, his tail is kind of beat up a little bit. I'm not sure if that's because he wedges himself in a cave at night to sleep in, but I'm hoping that's what it is. So no more fish for a while. On to bigger and better things. I got another anemone right there, looking pretty good. I'm also feeding this guy krill. He's doing well. They're on a rock, lots of algae on it. I'm still battling algae in my tank, but I've also dosing Tech M in there to kind of raise my magnesium, and seems like the algae is kind of fading away. Also going to be showing you a third anemone. This anemone right here, the third one, usually travels along the rock, and you hear that anemones have a sting, and I really didn't believe it, but trust me, they do. As you can see in that video right there, it totally bleached out a whole branch of that coral. Lucky for me, I don't really care, but I'd have been one of a nicer coral, you know, I'd be pretty mad. This coral right here is pretty big anyways, so I'll just break that branch off and it'll be alright. Looking at my zoa garden that I got going on, this one has pretty much filled out the frag plug and is finally growing onto the Tonga Brock as my plan. I want to get a bunch of different zoas and go ahead and have them grow all over that Tonga branch. Armor of Gods right there in the background, and on to the right you can see I'm not those polyps are closed, they've been closed, so they're pretty much dead, but hopefully they'll come back and bounce back. um, I have those voodoo cat eyes. I got those from cherry corals. Those are doing pretty good. I've fragged them quite a few times already, give them to other members, and it seems like they'll be attaching themselves onto that rock pretty soon. These ones are doing all right. They're kind of iffy. I'm sure they're not supposed to be that color. And my Rastas are doing pretty good. Did have three heads on them, but looks like only two have survived. They also grow really slow, but I guess, whatever. And front and center is my newest addition right there, are the blue hornets. Really love those. Want to get some yellow ones and some red ones later on, but they're kind of hard for me to find locally. So I'll probably end up ordering those online, but hopefully these ones will fill out and I can trade them and frag them out to the Reef auction or whatever. But yeah, that's it for the zoas. Rest of the tank, show you some coral, give you a coral update. The Jedi Mind Trick is growing. I've had this on the bottom, I haven't really opened it up. GSP in the backgrounds and polys to the right. growing these out. I'll be fragging those for the Reef Club that I'm in, and everything's looking alright. The Dunkins are alright, and nothing too special right there. They got some new heads growing on it, and I think those ones in the background are kind of dead. Um, One thing I'm not really proud of is my bird's nest. It has taken off on growth, but the tips look still alive, but the rest of the bird's nest kind of bleached out. I don't know. I don't think it should be a hard coral to be taken care of, but I didn't have much luck with it. This coral's kind of just hanging on. It's kind of getting its color back. It used to look really nice, but I don't know. I wasn't dosing at the time. My anemone right there is huge. If you open up your hand, that's about as big as it is. The foot on this sucker is huge, and thankfully it really hasn't been moving around a whole lot. Um, but I didn't have any problems with any of my inverts. Um, you can see the ugly hair algae all over the place. Uh, been raising my magnesium up. Right now it's at 1400. I've been trying to raise it up to 1600. They say if you keep it at 1600 for a week using Tech M, that this algae will just kind of disappear. Um, Acans looking good. I have a whole bunch of algae on my mushroom islands and some of the acans. So anyways, here's the Tech M magnesium. I'm gonna go ahead and use that. I've been using that, but I'm gonna manually scrub my rock with the wire brush in place. I'm gonna scrub the rock in place with the wire brush, and then as you can see, my power heads have been collecting it. Anyways, guys, just want to give an update that you guys know what's up with the tank, and if you haven't done so already, thanks for watching, and go ahead and subscribe. Thanks, guys.